The Bangladeshi government is set to publish in its formal records its acceptance of the Supreme Court's ruling to scale back quotas in civil sector job allocations. The act would meet a key demand from student protesters, whose demonstrations sparked one of the worst outbreaks of violence in the country. Authorities have arrested more than 2,500 people since protests started last week. That's according to a tally carried out by the AFP news agency. An unofficial count from police and hospital victim reports put the number of those killed at around 174. The military says a relative calm is back in the country, but stressed that the security situation is not entirely under control. The country is under an indefinite curfew, which Prime Minister Sheikh Hasina says will only be lifted when the situation gets better. The student group leading the demonstrations has paused rallies until Thursday. Protesters have given the government until then to meet a string of new demands, which includes a public apology from the Prime Minister. The increasingly tense situation has prompted some countries to evacuate their citizens. Malaysia is the latest to send a mission over. Around 123 Malaysians have landed safely at Kuala Lumpur International Airport, but some have chosen to stay on in Bangladesh. Malaysia's High Commission in Dhaka has advised them to stay in contact. And for more details, Ishan Garg joins us live from New Delhi. Ishan, with the government now agreeing to cut job quotas, can we expect a resolution of close to 2 weeks of violence?
Well, that's certainly the expectation, but it remains to be seen how soon the other demands by the students are realized. What the students have done is that they have presented the Bangladesh government in their multiple rounds of negotiation a long list of demands, which includes reopening the university campuses and also justice for the scores of people who have died, especially the students who have died. They're also demanding that the law enforcement officials who allegedly let the violence occur at university campuses last week, they should be punished as well. And these are just some of the demands that the students have made. And they say that until all their demands are met, they will continue their protest. They will continue their agitation. Now, in terms of how the situation is in Bangladesh, we've seen that the past 48 hours, especially Monday and Tuesday, there has been a relative calm. We've seen that the army chief has been surveying the South Asian country aerially, and there have been some relaxations in the curfew as well. On Monday, we've seen that the curfew was relaxed for about 3 hours, and that was extended to 4 hours on Tuesday, giving us a sense that probably there is some degree of normalcy returning. Now, there's still an internet shutdown in the country. There's still people complaining about cell services also not working fine. So it means that there is a sort of an information blackout in the country. But the reports that are coming out of Bangladesh suggest that there haven't been any major violent outbreaks in the past 48 hours as well. So it's looking as though things are getting back to normal, but it remains unclear when they will get back to complete normalcy.
Of course, that uncertainty perhaps prompting more concern from authorities. Thousands of Indians have fled Bangladesh since the start of this unrest. Authorities concerned about continued spillover from this violence.
Well, that's certainly something the officials here are concerned about. More than 4,000 Indian students have already been evacuated out of Bangladesh, and hundreds of students from other countries, which includes Nepal and Bhutan, have also crossed over into India, according to border security officials. And we're already seeing that a sort of political tension emerging in India because of this situation. The chief minister of the state of West Bengal, which borders Bangladesh, she said that any person who comes from Bangladesh who needs help and assistance, they will be provided that in India. And we saw the ruling federal Bharatiya Janata Party saying that that's not the purview of a state government. That's actually a subject matter that the federal government can rule on. So we're already seeing some tensions emerging on this front. But experts are also pointing out that the wider situation in Bangladesh is also something that the Indian officials are keeping a very close eye on. They say that the Sheikh Hasina government and the stability of a government is very crucial to India, which sees Bangladesh as a very key part of its Act East policy, it sees it as a sort of a bridge to reach out to its neighbors further eastwards in Asia. It's also invested a significant amount of money in the past 2 decades in Bangladesh, helping that country develop and also partnering with it in several aspects, particularly in terms of infrastructure. And all of those policies could be at risk if there is a risk to the Sheikh Hasina government. And that's why this whole situation is crucial for India as well.
Thanks to Ishan Garg reporting live to us there from New Delhi.